The Philippines has no actual national language. A Filipino from the south of the country struggles to speak to a Filipino in the north. The Philippines is the only country in the world without a truly national language. And this is a short story of why that is. Before the Spanish arrived in 1521, there was no Philippines. Let's be clear, the Spanish created the Philippines. There are 7,000 islands spread over 6 million square kilometres of sea, a huge area with over 150 distinct languages. These languages are as different as English is to French or German is to Italian. The Spanish ruled the Philippines for nearly 400 years, and by 1900, around 50% of Filipinos, that's half, could speak Spanish to varying degrees of fluency. Then the Americans arrived in 1898, and English slowly replaced Spanish. Today, less than 1% of Filipinos can speak Spanish, compared to nearly 80% who can speak English to some degree. In fact, the Philippines has the fourth highest population of English speakers in the world. They have more English speakers than the United Kingdom. Imagine that. So is English now de facto the national language? Some would argue that it is. And it's definitely the official language of road signs, the legal system and menus in restaurants. But day to day, I would argue that the Filipino language is the go-to language. And I do mean Filipino and not Tagalog. The Filipino language is an artificial language, a made-up language. It was created so that the Philippines could have one national language that all could speak. It was part of the new society, a new modern Philippines. Having said that, the Filipino language is mostly a modernised Tagalog with splatterings of English, Spanish and Chinese. Tagalog is the local language, the first language around Manila. It is one of the 150 languages of the Philippines. If you listen to two Filipinos talk, the Filipino language will be the go-to language day to day. That is how Filipinos communicate, if from different groups, in the Filipino language. But understand that for 80% of the population, the Filipino language is their second language, so their fluency varies greatly. The same is true for English. And that is why there is not a truly national language of the Philippines. Not yet, anyway.